Do you notice something when you select every evil character? Well, let me explain you how insanely detailed is this game. Every character considered evil in this game will start making a grim smile when you choose them. You can see how a malicious smile forms in their face. Meanwhile, if you pick good characters, most of them will do a confident smirk. Goku smiles a little at all of his forms except for Ultra Instinct. Some evil characters have a full evil smile, and some a half smile, which is insane how detailed this game is. One of my favorites is original Broly's smirk, since he tries to hide it. Meanwhile, Super Broly is not actually evil, so he doesn't smile. The Genia forces have a fun little detail, and it is that when you use the taunt pose, every member does their iconic team pose, and they will stay in that position like a statue, which is hilarious. But something very interesting is that Gildo is the only character that can do each pose manually, since they used each pose for deflecting, blocking, and charging ki, which is pretty cool. One of the most hilarious details when using Jinyu is how his body changing technique works. When he uses the ability to swap bodies with another character, something really funny happens. Even though Jinyu is now in the new body, the original owner of that body still has their voice, but it's coming out of Jinyu's body. This twist makes the fight even more entertaining because the mismatched voices add a layer of comedy to the battle. First of all, Android 16, 17, and 18 have infinite energy, just like in the anime. This means they can't charge their ki in the traditional sense, because it regenerates automatically. Their energy is limitless, so you never have to worry about running out of ki in the middle of a fight. On the other hand, Dr. Maki Jero and Android 19 are older models, and they don't have the luxury of infinite energy. They can't charge ki either, so they need to steal energy from their opponents. They do this by landing punches, grabbing their enemies, absorbing energy beams, or using their ultimate moves. Not only that, but they can also regenerate health if they successfully grab you. Playing as an android completely changes how you approach the game. It's a unique experience where you're not just managing your ki, but also strategically draining your opponent's energy and staying in the fight with your special abilities. Another small but interesting detail is how they kept Goku's animation style consistent with the Namek saga. In this arc, Goku has his iconic fluffy, less defined hair, which perfectly matches the original look from the anime during that time. But when we move into the next saga, you'll notice that his Super Saiyan hair is much more detailed and spikier. This transition in animation really highlights the difference between the two forms and makes Goku's transformation into a Super Saiyan feel even more dramatic. It's a subtle change, but it adds so much to the overall experience. Future Gohan is one of the coolest and most unique characters in the game, and he's also the only character with just one arm. Unfortunately, this isn't just an aesthetic difference, it actually affects his gameplay. Because he only has one arm, Future Gohan has a small disadvantage. He's the only character who can't participate in a clash of strength with another fighter. If he tries, it simply won't work. This also applies when he's up against giant characters or even himself in battle. While he can still do normal clashes, the limitation of not being able to engage in a full-strength clash adds a layer of sadness to the character. But at the same time, it makes Future Gohan even more interesting. Mr. Satan is probably the funniest playable character in the game. He has absolutely no business fighting alongside these powerful fighters, and that's what makes him so hilarious.
My stomach cramps are acting up again.
Oh, I'll make your pain go away permanently.
The most ridiculous part is his beam attack. Instead of a flashy energy blast, he simply throws rocks at his enemies. This definitely makes him one of the weakest characters in the game, and even Mr. Satan himself seems confused about why he's there. If you press the guard button, you'll notice something even funnier. Mr. Satan is actually shaking in fear. He's half guarding his face like a coward, clearly showing that he really doesn't want to be part of this intense battle. Playing as Mr. Satan is always fun gameplay.
What a shameful way to go out!
Another cool detail is how canon-accurate Goku and Ultra Instinct and Whis are in the game. Both of them, in their ultimate states, are literally untouchable. When they activate their Ultra Instinct or with godly reflexes, they can't be hit by punches or even hurt by energy beams. No matter how many times you try to land an attack, they'll dodge every single punch or beam effortlessly. This level of detail really shows off how amazing and faithful the game is to the source material. It perfectly captures the essence of their characters from the anime, where they're practically invincible when they reach their peak forms. It's not just about power, it's about the sheer untouchable agility that makes them so incredible to play as. One of the funniest Easter eggs in the game happens when you put Yamcha against a Cyberman. They actually have a hilarious dialogue before the fight begins, which is a great nod to their infamous battle in the series. But the real kicker is when the Cyberman uses its ultimate attack on Yamcha. Yamcha will react exactly like he did in the anime, reliving that iconic moment where the Cyberman self-destructs on him. And if Yamcha manages to win the fight, he breaks the fourth wall by mentioning the famous Yamcha death pose meme.
I did it! See how you like the death pose!
The game has a lot of unique interactions, with a lot of characters with hilarious dialogues.
Oh, wow, this is awesome! Another Saiyan? Are you strong? Let's find out!
Who the hell is this girl? Her power level isn't even worth measuring. I'll just go ahead and crush her.
Even Frieza Soldier has unique dialogues.
So, this is what my army looks like in Universe 7.
You look so much like Lord Frieza, it's uncanny.
Why, you, how dare you disobey your father? You must be punished!
Don't forget to subscribe for more details.